Hey everybody, and welcome to TG Constructions. We're not just about buildings, we're about building safe places to live, work, and travel, and sometimes that means going underground. If you're curious about the hidden world of tunnel engineering, you've come to the right place. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Today, we're diving deep, literally, into the fascinating world of tunnel engineering. It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. And believe me, the work these folks do is nothing short of amazing. Before we even think about digging a hole, we got to know what we're dealing with underground. And trust me, it's more than just dirt down there. We're talking about a whole lot of geology going on. First things first, the engineers send out their team of geological detectives. These folks drill boreholes, take samples and analyze everything they can get their hands on. They figure out what kind of soil and rock we're dealing with, how strong it is, and if there's any water lurking around. Groundwater is a whole other beast. Too much of it, and your tunnel could become an unwanted swimming pool. They got to figure out how to manage that water pressure so the tunnel doesn't spring a leak. And let's not forget about those surprises Mother Nature likes to throw our way. Faults, underground cavities, buried rivers. Yeah, it's all down there, just waiting to make our lives interesting. The geological investigation is all about identifying those potential hazards and figuring out how to deal with them before they become a problem. Because at the end of the day, safety is the name of the game. And it all starts with knowing what's under our feet. All right. So we've got our dirt dossier. Now it's time for the engineers to earn their keep. They take all that geological intel and start drawing up the game plan, the tunnel design. First, they got to figure out what kind of tunnel we need. Is it a subway tunnel, a highway tunnel, a water tunnel? Each one has its own set of challenges. Then they got to choose the right construction method. Sometimes you can dig from the top down. That's called cut and cover. But if you're going deep or under a river, you've got to bring in the big guns. Tunnel boring machines, or TBMs for short. These things are like giant mechanical worms chewing their way through the earth. They're amazing feats of engineering, but they're not always the answer. Sometimes you got to go old school and blast your way through the rock. And don't even get me started on underwater tunnels. Talk about a whole other level of complexity. Imagine building a tunnel in pieces, floating them out on the water, and then sinking them into place. It's like a giant jigsaw puzzle, only with a lot more at stake if you drop a piece. No matter the method, the design phase is all about balancing safety, efficiency, and cost. It's a delicate dance, but these engineers are pros. Designing a tunnel isn't just about digging a hole and calling it a day. It's about building a structure that can withstand the immense pressure of the earth pushing down on it. And believe me, that pressure is no joke. First off, we got to talk about the tunnel lining. This is the skin of the tunnel, the part that keeps the dirt out and the people safe. It could be made of concrete, steel, or even a combination of both. Then there's the whole issue of ground movement. The earth is constantly shifting and settling, and our tunnel needs to be able to handle that without cracking under pressure. That's where things like reinforcements, arches, and other structural supports come in. And let's not forget about water. Water is sneaky, and it can find its way into the tiniest cracks, causing all sorts of problems. That's why waterproofing is a crucial part of tunnel construction. Remember, we're not just building a tunnel for today, we're building it to last for generations. And that means using the right materials and construction techniques to ensure its strength and durability. Chapter 4, Construction Methods, the nitty-gritty. All right, we've got our plans, we've got our materials now, it's time to get our hands dirty. Literally, tunnel construction is where the rubber meets the road, or in this case, where the steel meets the soil. Let's start with the cut and cover method, your more traditional approach. Imagine a giant trench being dug, deep enough to fit your tunnel. You build the tunnel structure down in that trench, backfill it with dirt, and voila, tunnel city. But when you're going deep or under a river, you need a different approach. That's where our buddy, the TBM, comes in. This behemoth grinds its way through the earth, installing the tunnel lining as it goes. And for those underwater adventures, we're talking immersed tube tunnels. These prefabricated tunnel sections are floated into position, sunk into place, and then connected underwater. It's like building with giant Legos, only way more complicated and way more impressive. No matter the method, tunnel construction is a symphony of heavy machinery, skilled labor, and a whole lot of grit. It's a dangerous job, no doubt, but these men and women are the unsung heroes of our infrastructure. Chapter 5. Construction management, keeping it all on track. So we've got a tunnel being built, but who's keeping track of everything? That's where construction management comes in. These are the folks who keep the project running smoothly from start to finish. Think of them as the conductors of an orchestra, making sure everyone is playing the right tune at the right time. They're coordinating contractors, managing materials, and keeping a watchful eye on the budget and schedule. Safety is always the top priority. Construction is a dangerous business, especially underground. The construction managers enforce strict safety protocols to keep everyone safe, and let's not forget about the environment. Tunnel construction can generate a lot of waste, so it's important to dispose of it properly and minimize the impact on the surrounding area. Construction management is all about problem solving, adapting to unexpected challenges, and keeping the project moving forward. It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. Chapter 6. Ventilation and lighting, breathing easy underground. Now you might think that once the tunnel is dug, the hard part is over, but you'd be wrong. Because now we've got to make this underground passage safe and comfortable for the folks who will be using it. First things first, fresh air. We can't have people suffocating down there. Ventilation systems are installed to circulate fresh air throughout the tunnel, making sure it's breathable even deep underground. And let's not forget about the lights. Imagine driving through a tunnel with no lights. Talk about a recipe for disaster. Lighting systems are carefully designed to provide visibility and guide people safely through the tunnel. It's all about creating a safe and comfortable environment, even when you're hundreds of feet below the surface. Just because the tunnel is built doesn't mean our job is done. In fact, in many ways, it's just the beginning. We've got to make sure this thing is going to stand the test of time, and that's where instrumentation and monitoring come in. Think of it like giving the tunnel a regular checkup. We install sensors and instruments to keep an eye on things like ground movement, pressure, and any other factors that could affect the tunnel's structural integrity. This data is constantly being collected and analyzed so we can catch any potential problems early on. It's like having a team of doctors on call 24/7, making sure our tunnel stays healthy. And this monitoring doesn't stop after a few months or even a few years. It continues for the entire lifespan of the tunnel because you never know what Mother Nature might throw our way. Even the best-built tunnels need a little TLC from time to time. Just like your car needs an oil change, tunnels need regular maintenance to keep them running smoothly. This includes things like inspecting the tunnel lining for cracks, cleaning drainage systems, and making sure all the lights and ventilation systems are in tip-top shape. And sometimes it's more than just routine maintenance. Over time, tunnels can experience wear and tear, or they might need upgrades to meet new safety standards. That's where rehabilitation comes in. This could involve anything from repairing cracks in the concrete to completely replacing sections of the tunnel lining. It's basically giving the tunnel a facelift so it can continue to serve its purpose for years to come. Maintenance and rehabilitation are all about being proactive, addressing small problems before they turn into big ones, and ensuring the longevity of these vital infrastructure projects. When it comes to tunnels, safety is paramount. We've talked about the engineering and construction techniques that go into building a safe tunnel, but what about the people who use it every day? First and foremost, we need clear and effective emergency exits. These need to be strategically located and well marked so people can evacuate quickly and safely in case of an emergency. Then there's the issue of communication. Imagine there's a fire in the tunnel and you can't call for help. Communication systems like emergency phones and radios are essential for getting help when it's needed most. And let's not forget about training. The people who work in and around tunnels need to be trained on what to do in an emergency. Regular drills and simulations help ensure that everyone knows their role and can respond quickly and effectively if the unthinkable happens. Safety and emergency preparedness aren't just about following regulations. It's about creating a culture of safety where everyone understands the importance of being prepared for the unexpected. So there you have it, a glimpse into the often overlooked world of tunnel engineering. It's a world of dirt, danger, and incredible engineering feats. From the initial geotechnical investigations to the ongoing maintenance and safety protocols, it takes a lot of hard work and dedication to keep these underground arteries flowing smoothly. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more behind-the-scenes looks at the construction industry. And if you found this video interesting, share it with your friends. You never know who might be a budding tunnel engineer in the making. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay curious.